Hello, it's Jack. It is October 22nd, about 4 something. Really 4 something, 4:10 maybe, I don't know. October 22nd, which means I am like 3 weeks? 3 weeks post-op? Something like that. Um, I think it'll be 4 weeks. I think it was a Thursday. So yeah, so I'm officially post-op. I'm officially not bandaged or anything, so I'm not like gross and oozy, so I can kind of make a video. All right, basics. I went to Dr. Melissa Johnson in Springfield, Massachusetts. My first appointment was August 26th, 25th. No, shit, August 28th. August 28th. Um, that was $100 for that consultation. Um, I was able to schedule right then and there. It's $1,000 deposit to schedule. That's non-refundable, but if you have to move your date for surgery, that follows you as long as you're with her. So I was able to keep the date that I scheduled initially, which was October 3rd. So I didn't have to bother with any of that. But if I got sick or something, I had a flu like 3 weeks before, and I was freaking out because they can't operate on you if you have like a fever or anything. But I was good. I was good. They were able to take me in, and it was good. So, um, total, it was 8,200 relative ballpark, 200 and change. So let's say 8,300. Um, and then there's hotels, getting back and forth, and driving and gas and all that happy horse shit. Um, so I think total, if you wanted to try to figure out what it would be to get family down there and to get everybody fed and to get gas and wear and tear in car and stuff like that, I was 4 hours away. Um, I would say the entire venture was probably about 10 grand, um, give or take, because it was a couple times there and back. I had my follow up where I got my drains out a week later, almost 6 days later, a week later, something like that. And that was fun, and that was another trip, and another hotel stay because it was early in the day, and I didn't wake up that early. Um, so uh, those are facts and figures. As far as the actual healing process goes, I mean, I think I was fairly run of the mill. I don't think I had anything that was particularly complicated or unforeseen. I had some bleeding after my surgery in my left, not in, on, or like around my left nipple graft. Um, I was still having bleeding about 2 weeks after. Um, I went to a doctor in my area because I'm, like I said, I'm about 4 hours away from my surgeon. I went to a doctor in my area, and we discussed the possibility of the graft being rejected because it was black. Like part of it was just black, and I was still having some bleeding and some pussing and stuff. Um, it looks a lot better. I had a pretty large scab. I say pretty large. I mean it's only the size of half a nipple, so however large that is. But I had about half of the nipple graft on my left side. Um, I mean I'm not a doctor. I can't tell what was actually scabbed over, so I don't know if the graft itself had a scab and then that came off, or if the scab was part of the graft and that came off. Um, the material that I have underneath what came up off of the scab, it's a funny color, but it's starting to kind of get into that like pinkish range. So I don't know if that was the skin that was under the graft. If it is the graft, I don't know what I have right now. Um, it looks a wee bit funny, but I mean that's just something that happens. I mean sometimes there's not quite whatever blood flow needs to be happening. So yeah, I wanted to preempt like showing because it looks a little funny on that side. So I am about 3 weeks post-op. I'm pretty early in the testosterone end of things too, so I'm kind of and I play video games mostly. I'm not a very active person, so I got a little mean on me. All right, so um, I have a wee bit of swelling still, just a tiny bit where the drains were. If I can show that off, you can't really see on this side, but that's where the drain was on this side, and I was covering that with like a Neosporin kind of thing. So it kind of had some of the tape peel off on that side. On this side, you can see better where the drain was. This side, this whole side tried to heal, a little bit funny from the other side. Oh, super important. I picked the doctor I picked because I liked her examples of her work. She was able to get me in a timely fashion. And it's just a nice drive. And it was, wasn't super convenient, but it was still nice. But when you're looking at when you're looking at a surgeon's work, if there's something you don't like, just say it. I was really reluctant to ask questions about things. My mother kind of helped me with that kind of stuff. So the question that I had for her work was sometimes I noticed that the scars were very round, and it ended up when it healed almost looked like it was a breast kind of just drawn on to a flat chest. So I wanted to get incisions that were as straight as I can get them, and I got that. That's perfect for me on both sides. And I also wanted the nipple grafts not to be too oblong in any particular direction. So it's flawless on this side, and this side had its little ups and downs. So I think it's still as awesome as that's gonna happen. I'm trying to get light on the subject here. So I had some black up in here. The whole thing is healing a little funny, but it looks way better than it did. This side is flawless. We're good on this end of things. Got a nice thin thing here. It's still a little pink, but that's because it's 3 weeks old. As far as this bit goes, this kind of pit here. I'm trying to get not dirty laundry into the mix here. As far as this pit, that kind of makes it. It looks like I'm still a little swollen. I don't think I have a little bit of swelling here from the drain spot because that's still healing up. A little bit swelling here, tiny bit up through here, but I've been having continued problems with that nipple, so that's probably what that's from. What makes it still look like it's swollen in here, and I'm trying to turn myself and get. I have a pit in my chest that kind of goes in here. That's me. That's nothing. That's not her problem. That's just how I fall. So I guess that's something to think about when you're trying to imagine what you're gonna look like after top surgery. You may not even be aware of the weird twists and turns in your body, but most of the men in my family have that kind of pit. So I have a little bit of meat on me already, but it kind of makes things stick out a little funny in here, so you can kind of see that. So as far as flatness goes, really super flat on this end. I'm really happy. I nothing to complain about. Really happy that I did it. I'm really, I tried to picture any possible scenario that I would regret this, and I don't know why I was worrying beforehand. Um, but I mean, it's awesome. I think I'm trying to think about. I just started my testosterone yesterday, day before, something like that. Sunday. I just started back on my testosterone. I had to stop a week before the surgery. I ended up stopping like 2.5 weeks before. It's just the way my schedule worked out, and I didn't want to take a dose early so that I was off a week, and I didn't want to. Yeah, it was weird. So I just started back up because I like to give my shot myself. That wasn't something I really wanted someone to help me with because I like controlling that. It's sharp shit. I don't want other people trying to help me with that. And I have a system. I have the way I want that done. So I'm back on testosterone. I think that this month, this like next week, I will be 9 months on testosterone. Um, as far as changes, I mean, my skin is still shitty. I'm trying a little bit. Got a little bit of a Adam's apple kind of thing. I'm getting a little bit of enough that I have to shave very regularly. Just a little bit here, nothing like in this range, but a little bit here, a little bit here, and something's trying to do this kind of thing. I got a little bit of tummy hair there. I don't know. I guess it's surreal. It really is. And I'm happy. I'm good. I'm content. And life is good. That's my update. That kind of grounded to a halt, but yeah, that's my update. So, feel free to like ask questions in the comments and stuff. I don't know how much I actually went over, or if I didn't clarify anything well enough. If you want to know more questions, had any questions about like the problem with the graft or whatever, I don't articulate well, not as well as I'd like. So there's probably still some questions to be asked there. But I think that's it. So